There we go. Now we can hear me, I think. Yeah, we should be able to hear me. If we can hear me, that's good. But now we're getting an echo, right? No? I don't. The problem is I don't think we're hearing any of you guys. So let's. My goodness. Let's just say. Go here and what is the. There we go. Okay. You can still hear me, I guess. Can you please say something? Anybody?
Yes, we can hear you.
And I can't
Something,
hear you.
anybody.
That's okay.
Someone, anyone.
Just a second.
I can
I
hear
think
us all
people
now.
can hear me, and then desktop audio.
I can hear us all on the stream.
People can hear you guys and me. Only problem is I can't hear you guys. If I say something now, guys, is there a major echo or problem?
Cool.
I'd like every one of you to announce your name and character, please.
First name is Logan, last name is Ayers, and I play Clay Morningstar.
Anyone have a? Do you hear an echo there now?
I heard a faint one, but not terrible.
Okay. And let's truly just double check this.
You're muted, Greg.
That's.
I'm listening to the stream on my computer, just making sure that there's no echo between or feedback between the two.
You're doing that?
Yep.
And no echo right now?
None right now.
Awesomeness. Okay, well, guys, here we go. Welcome to the Isle of Dread, also known as Ghost of Saltmarsh, also known as CJ's Game Rooms, episode 24 of this homebrew. So, hey, welcome back after a very long time away. If you were viewing this before, sorry about our little gap there, but life sometimes gets in the way, and that's what's happened. But we have everybody except Dave today. Today's Axel will be played by one Greg. And if anyone can even remember what the hell last time, I can. But would anyone else like to try?
I can try.
All right, Logan, go for it.
So we were tracking I don't remember what type of creature it was, but we were tracking him, and we finally came up to a cave, and our rogue decided to sneak in, see what was going on, noticed something bad, and decided to try to backstab him, which he did, and in the process drew a bunch of ogres upon us, where we had to fight on two different directions, one coming in from the north, one group coming in from the north, one group coming in from the south. We finally defeated all of them, and we found the person or / creature that we're tracking down. We dumped out a cauldron, put him in the cauldron, dumped a bunch of water in because as long as he's out of water, he takes fatigue. And that, I believe, is where we ended. That's the brief version.
That was good. The creatures were called Lokatha. They are, and there was a group, Lieutenant Slavin, that you guys were looking for, and his companion, and you realized that the companion had been filet-o-fished by these ogres, but Lieutenant Slavin you managed to rescue. I believe that it was Erawan that tried to go for the jugular on an ogre, somewhat successful, but then the ogre battle continued. You guys slay I think you slew 7 or 9 ogres. It was quite a pitched battle, but you managed to successfully rescue Slavin, who was part of an advanced scouting party that had been looking for the Sahuagin fortress or base or whatever. So let's get right to it. I mean, he was you made sure that he was he was submerged in water, so you saved him. He's extremely grateful, and he's got a lot of good information from his scouting missions, which is good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little bit of we're gonna go into the details, but we're gonna have a little bit more role play right now. There's some story stuff that we're gonna do, and we'll sort of go ahead or fast forward a little bit. So you do manage to get rescue Lieutenant Slavin, and you make your way back to his scouting party, which was sort of where you had your instant fortress set up. And nearby there was, 2 of his guys were hanging out. They were just making sure, waiting till you guys got back. Does anyone remember the names of those 2 Lokatha? 10 seconds, and inspiration is there for you.
Clarvex and Clarvox.
Clarvex and Clarvox. Congratulations, Greg. You got your inspiration. Nice. I knew that was going to be you too. You take good notes. They should call you. Oh my God, I'm forgetting everybody's name again too. They should call you. What's his name? Your scribe. What's your little scribe boy? Gavin? No, not Gavin. Come on.
Gale?
Gale. There you go. Okay, so Gale. You should be the Gale. So what's happened? So you do get back, and the Clarvox and Clarvex are very happy to see Lieutenant Slavin. They are sad to hear about one of the other members who was filleted. But they indicate to you guys that they're used to that. As you are connecting Lieutenant Slavin with the rest of his party and sort of saying, just relaxing. You've hiked for a day, and he starts communicating in Aquan about what's happened. You guys actually see about 100 feet off of shore. Let me actually read it, because I've had a little time to do some writing, which I'm not very good at, but you do see some. So yeah, you're discussing the saving of Lieutenant Slavin with his team, and you see what appears to be somewhat of a kelpish, greeny yellow floating a bubble that arises from the water. And the scouting party looks over, not disturbed at all. Sort of like a big, huge dinghy, and it's yellow green. It looks like a big bladder. It looks like it can hold all of you. And on top of it are 2 more of these Lokatha. And they begin speaking in Aquan. You can clearly see that they are happy to see the party. And Lieutenant Slavin lets you know these are our if we did not return by a certain amount of time, we they would be bringing a party and to come and see if we're all okay. They, assuming that they were going to either capture people on shore or bring goods from land, they typically bring this sort of inflatable or something that allows landlubbers or things on the land to go into the ocean. And as he starts explaining more and more what the Sahuagin fortress was about. I'll explain what he mentions to you a little bit later once we go on a little bit. That's not relevant at this point. It will be relevant later on. So Lieutenant Slavin explains some of the details of their scouting mission and what they were able to find out about the about the Sahagan Fortress, but we can explain that a little bit later. They mention that the information that they have is critical to get back to the Lokotha settlement. They need to go back to their chief and they need to explain what they saw and what actions need to be taken. They explain to you that it will take about half a day for you to accompany them to the Lokotha settlement. And do you guys remember how long were you supposed to just go back to Tangaroa, or were you expecting your ship to come and meet you after a certain amount of time? Does anyone remember?
We were going to go back.
Yeah, because I think the ship's going to repairs at Tangaroa.
We were letting them do the repairs, and we were going up here to see if we could locate said camp and the bad guys we were looking for that were the slavers. Not the slavers themselves, but they were the recipients of the slaves that the slavers were bringing them.
That's right. You came to this part of the island with a few natives as well, or a few Tanaroans as well. They're guarding the canoes right now. What would you like? The Lokotha say it's important that the party accompany them. That you guys accompany them back to their settlement. What would you like to do with the? What are you going to tell the other natives?
Well, weren't we pressed for time to find this other camp to stop these slaver guys? That's kind of what. That's why we didn't bother waiting to fix our ship. We rushed up here to do this.
That's right. Lieutenant Slavin has indicated to you that what we're going to do is going to take care of the Sahagan. We don't need to worry about intercepting any slaves at any particular time. Now, it's imperative that this information get to the Lokotha settlement, and it is imperative that the Tanaroans understand this as well. But first, we need to get the message back to our leader.
Well,
I think we should.
Probably head that way.
You're about 1 mile away from where you stored your canoes and where the Tanaroans are waiting for you. And you notice that this sort of kelp dinghy is it's only enough for your party.
Well, if we can arrange with these this current group of people to get back to Tangaroa, we could send these guys back.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying this to the party.
Makes sense.
So you're gonna go. So Lieutenant Slavin just says, "Come on, we need to go talk to our boss, or our chief."
Well, we need to send some people back before we go.
So you guys, you've stored the canoes, and the Tanaroans are there about a mile away. It's not very far away, but they're sort of. Remember, you've hidden them a little bit. They're out of the way. Yeah, it's about a mile away, I think.
Well, if nothing else, we can have them leave one of the canoes, and they can take the other one back because there was two.
Okay, so you guys gonna go back? You gonna go back to this Tanaroan party as well? Who's doing what, you guys?
Is it on the way to where we've stashed the boats?
No. Slavin indicates that you're going out to sea. He goes, it's about a half a day to get where we need to go.
Out to sea.
Out to sea.
So we need to take the boats with us to go out to sea.
If you want to bring the Tanaroans, yes.
I don't think it'd be wise to take them out there too. I mean,
Yeah, But how do we get out there?
These guys are
You're
going
on
to
this
take us
dinghy.
to
You're
that
on the
bubble.
dinghy right now.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought we were having to swim or something.
So again, you're on the coast, and this sort of big dinghy that it floats, and they're saying we will take you out to where we need to go in this dinghy.
Okay, well, we definitely need to tell those guys to head back then, and
Yeah.
we'll just have them leave one of the canoes, and if it gets taken, it gets taken. We'll worry about that after the fact. But if these guys are in a hurry, we need to go do this now and get back here, or have them carry us down to them. So that would be what I'm trying to convey to both our party and these other people, that we need, either they can help us go down a little ways and talk to our Tanaroan partners, or one of us or a couple of us go down and come back real quick.
So Slavin indicates he's happy to have you guys to take you guys down that mile. That's fine if that's what you want to do. And remind me, is Oceanus and Gale with you, or is it just Oceanus, or just Gale?
It's just Oceanus.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
came with us.
So Oceanus is, she's happy, very comfortable with the Lokatha, and seems to have an extra level of trust. That's good. Okay, so you're gonna go. Okay, you're gonna go to the Tanaroans, and what are you gonna say to them? So as you sort of go into where you store the canoes, the Tanaroans come out and they see these Lokatha. They see there's now 5 Lokatha, right? And they're like, they're very.
It's okay. And if we can get off the thing, I'll go try and communicate to him what's going on.
Okay, so you're gonna go communicate this. So again, the dinghy you launch, it comes ashore. You have to hike in a few hundred feet. You see the Tanaroans, and they're perfectly hidden. Like, you knew where it was, but you could barely believe that they're there. It was super nice and camouflaged. And then they sort of open up this tarp, and there are your canoes. But they're a little shocked about the Lokatha. You calm them down, and now what do you want to tell them?
Basically, I'm going to try and communicate. The group of you, Tanaroans, take one canoe and go back to the village.
Okay, I need you to give me a persuasion check. DC 8. Very easy.
Sick.
They are concerned.
Jesus Christ.
They're concerned. They were under the impression that you were supposed to go and deal with Sahagin, but now you're playing with fish people and going out to sea. They're like, no. We're staying here.
Axel will go up and try to calm them down and be like, we're getting intelligence from them so we can better make an attack. It's about a half day there, probably a half day back. You can stay a day or maybe 2 if you want, but we're going to be gone for that long, and then we're going to fight. Okay,
so again, these guys are not the leaders of the Tanaroans, right? So communication is still not perfect. Gale's not there either. So, and Gale was picking up the language pretty well. These guys aren't, and you guys aren't. So, get Axel to give me a persuasion check. It's a DC 12 this time. Wow. Okay, so they're a little frustrated, and they seem to be they look over at the Lokatha. The Lokatha are just kind of like just there. You know, two of them have actually crossbows. The other ones have these tridents, right? These little spear. They're not a three. It's not a trident. It's a bident. Looks like a little fork. Okay. I guess he called it a bident. You see that the Locathar are like getting a little like, why are they not doing what you tell them to do? They're getting a little not upset. They're a little suspicious.
Well, I will again try to explain to them it's going to be a good thing if they want to stay here, wait for us. But we have to go with these people to find out more information.
And so they indicate here, and they indicate that they're going to stay there. They're just going to stay there and wait.
We'll be back.
Okay. And they go, Arnold. Okay. Okay, so that's fine. The Locathar are they're wondering why you had that communication, but they're like, okay, fine. And they tell you, hey, it's going to be about 30 minutes, or sorry, half a day, and they've got these sort of stick and sort of strong coral, like paddles that they've got. Everything seems to be coming from the ocean. Even this dinghy, it's quite interesting. It's like a boat made of, it's a bladder with air in it, and it's got, made of kelp and all these, vines and strings around it to keep it tight and taut. And it's seems to be, for what it is, it's quite seaworthy. Okay, so you make the journey for about the journey goes about half a day, and it's now, I'd say, late afternoon, and one of your guides, the guides are sort of taking turns. They're both like paddling. They're asking you to paddle as well. There's two extra ones, and you're paddling. And then they stop. They get to a point. They just go around. You can sort of see the Locathar, Slavin, and the other scouts. They sometimes get on the boat, and sometimes they're swimming around, like with Oceanus. You can hear in Aquan they're like talking and seem to be getting along very well. And overall, the Locathar, even though this party is they're obviously capable. They're capable hunters. They're very friendly. They seem to be very. They're not like the sea elves. Like Oceanus she's nice enough, but she's an elf. They're kind of aloof, right? But these Locathar are kind of playful. If anything, they're more like sea gnomes. Okay, and you just enjoy the conversation during the day. They're speaking mainly in Aquan, but the ones here can speak a decent kind of common as well. You get to this spot, and one of the pilots looks out, and he jumps in. It just jumps in and just goes down. And the other, you're just staying there. Everybody's just quiet. About a minute later, the same guy comes back up, and in his web fins, he's got a pouch, and he comes back onto the deck of the dinghy, and you see what appear to be 5 bottles. They're like shells. They're like intricate shells, like conch shells. And at the top of the conch shell, where like a hole is, there's sort of a waxy material on it. And he indicates each one of you, hands one to each one of you, and he says, "Drink." It says, "Drink."
Okay.
I'll drink it.
Okay. Kane pops open, smells it. It smells very salty, and you begin drinking it, and then the pilot and Slavin say, "Now you come join us," and he jumps in. Oceana says, "Come on in." As you jump in, and you go down, you realize the water is sort of like air. You can breathe it. The rest of you also going to drink this?
Yes.
Making sure
Yeah,
he's
of
not
course.
dying. Yeah, knock it back. Bottoms
go.
up.
There you go. So you guys each have this potion. It's a potion of water breathing, and most of you, Kane, you've felt this before because as you're in your wild shape, you've breathed as a I was gonna say dolphin, but dolphins don't breathe water, so you've breathed as a fish before. But you guys, this is a weird feeling. Now you can't move very fast. I mean, you're still like humans, right? But you can seem to go down and up. Your buoyancy is a little more fluid, and you can easily breathe. So it's a weird feeling, and you can sort of see. It's a bright day, and you begin swimming down. You're following the guide. Slavin goes in front as well, and it's a fun, interesting experience. But as you get a little bit deeper, you notice that you're not that cold either, even though you should be relatively cold. You basically you can sort of see coming into clarity is what appears to be some kind of settlement, and so that you can see as you look down, you can sort of see there's like kelp-like huts. There's it's a large rocky outcrop. There's like a lot of rocky debris, and as you get closer, you can see the rocky debris's got it appears to be like covered in kelp, and you see some of the other Lokotha, going in and out of these shelters. You see some of the Lokotha. It looks like they're what is it? They're a couple of huts and rugged debris fields. They seem to be tending fish pens. You can sort of see this netting and these sort of fish swimming around in these very large pens, and the locusts seem to be herding them. You're just like, okay, I guess underwater fish farms from the Lokotha. You also see some. There are these piles of coral and rocks, and you sort of see them. Some people just sitting there, getting the coral, doing something with the coral. You're not sure. Maybe it's to make weapons. Maybe it's to food. You're not sure. But they're processing coral and rock. You also see another large. Once in a while, you see a Lokotha. There's about 200 Lokotha all over the place, and there's once in a while, as you're getting closer, you see these smaller Lokotha children, little schools of children come to you, and you sort of they don't seem to be scared. They're looking at you and they go up and they skitter off, and they can swim really fast. You guys are not great swimmers. And then you also see occasionally Lokotha, especially what appear to be maybe the warrior Lokotha, the ones that have they've got these weird sort of underwater crossbows and these bidents. Those that seem to be armed also have these sea lions. If you've seen sea lions before, they are sea lions. They seem to be following them around, sort of as pets. So you notice that their companions, these sort of warrior companions, have these sea lions, which is interesting. You haven't seen that before. Even Oceanus points that out, and she says, "I didn't." She's not very familiar with Lokotha settlements, apparently, but that's what she sees. As you approach, you're getting closer, and you do see it's a village, and there's this like a land-based village. There is a clearing in the middle, which I guess that's where people meet. And as you come, you see that what appears to be an older Lokotha sort of sitting on a rock, and he has two attendants next to him as well. He's got a long, it's like a beard-like jowl kind of thing. It's like imagine like a frond, but a long beard. He sees you, and he begins going like this, sort of like the airplane, come on in, kind of thing. And Slavin welcomes you down, and you say you guys, you're swimming, you're getting used to it, and then you finally, you're standing again, but you're standing and swimming. It's kind of weird. And he says, "Hello. I am Rydan. And he says this in very slow, somewhat broken common. He says, hello, I am Rydan, leader of the Lokatha people here. I see, Slavin, you've returned with these creatures. Where's the rest of your group? He doesn't say it angry, he doesn't say it surprising, he's just asking. What do you do?
He's asking us this?
He says, "Where?" He asks. Actually, sorry, that doesn't make any sense, does it? Why would he ask you guys where the rest of the group is? So, okay, so he begins talking to Slavin in Aquan. Can anyone speak Aquan? Oceanus leans over to you guys, and she begins translating. And Slavin explains the adventure so far, that he was rescued. They had found the Sahagan fortress. You guys were brave and noble warriors, and you rescued me, even though you didn't need to. And you see him, he's stroking his chin. And you also then you notice that just behind him there is also a sea lion. He's been sort of hiding. It's a little smaller one, but he just pokes his head out once in a while, and then Rydan once in a while just pets him. Leave us now. And he says, "Well, I am honored, and I appreciate that you have saved my lieutenant Slavin. He is one of our strongest warriors here. Alas, we are not." We are a peaceful people, and what you have, the information around these Sahagan is disturbing. They have been increasing in number and ferocity lately, and I believe that we must do something about them. And as he's saying this in common, from one of the huts, you hear sort of a scream. And you see another Lokatha woman. You think it's a woman, white hair, sort of going crazy, and she's sort of, what? That's not the most important thing. And you see, she's got what appears to be a staff made from coral, and she is just covered with different colors of seaweed, like reds and blue greens, and her sort of, it's not hair, but I mean they're like, it's not scales. What's the right way to say it for fish? These fronds, whatever. They're all over the place. She's got crazy hair, and she says, Rodan. What's his name again? Redan. That is not the most important thing. Don't you know Iadro, the deliverer, he has cursed us. We are always at his mercy, and we are always the ones to be punished for our sins. And you see Ridan sort of raise a Lokatha eyebrow, and he says, Guinness. Her name is Guinness. Spelled not that Guinness. It's Ghinnis. Guinness.
She's stout?
She's not stout. She's dark though. So her hair looked like the bubbles. Yeah, her hair looks like the bubbles on the head of actual Guinness. So Redan says, Guinness, of course you're always right when it comes to our village's welfare and well-being. And she begins talking. She's saying this in a mix of Aquan and then just throwing in common, which you're not quite sure why she's throwing in common. I guess maybe to be polite to you guys. And she starts talking about the, Eadro the Deliverer, who's their god. But she says that we always have to repent for our sins, and these party members have done us a service, but They haven't repented. And have they really helped? Have they really helped us right now? No. Eadro says there are further tests. Lokatha have to go through tests every day. We are punished. We have to work hard. And you see some of the kids and some of the other people looking sort of respectfully at her, and others just going, "Oh no, not again." Here's Guinness doing her thing. But Rydan seems to be very. He defers to her. He seems to be listening to what she says at face value. So she explains that. So before we do anything more, does anybody want to ask anything or further interact?
So pretty much she's a shaman and he's more of a warrior.
He's the leader. He looks like he was an old. He's got some scars on his face. He's just a wizened old Lokatha.
If you help us find these Sahagin, we'll end them.
And she says, "The Sahagin, they are but a new evil. We have old evil here. If you help us with our old evil, then maybe I trust you." And she says, "And Rydan, don't you agree? We shouldn't trust them now." And Rydan looks over at her and he says, Guinness, they seem to be genuine, but again, you've always been our extra protector. Your words carry weight. What do you suggest?" And she says, "Well, near here, there are a group of something that we call Ixits. And you see Oceana saying Ixit. And Slavin just looks over and he says Ixit. He goes, short for Ixit Chittle. Ixit Chittle. Ixit Chittle. And you're going, what? Ixit Chittle? And just as you're all sort of confused what an Ixit Chittle is, Guinness goes, the worst creatures on the ocean floor. The worst. Vampire. Blood-sucking. Manta rays. I think you call them manta rays. They have long plagued the sea floors. And they have not been... Listen, Eadro is not pleased. They are multiplying and taking our young, and they need to be stopped. Can you help us? And Rydan says, that is a good proposition. That's a good proposition. Can you help us? What do you call yourselves again? You still don't
What
call
we
yourselves
call
again?
I think.
What do you call yourselves again?
Poseidon Adventures.
Poseidon Adventures. What a noble name. I wonder if that is connected to the Borgnine bounty hunters. Anyway, he said. Rodan says, Slavin, what do you say? Does this group up for the challenge? We've had problems with them in the past, but do you think they'd be up for it? Do you guys want to say anything to Slavin before he answers?
Remember who pulled you out of the fire?
He goes,
And that's exactly how I say it.
he looks at you. One of his buddies, he sort of like cocks the crossbow, but he doesn't aim it. He just sort of just looks at you, and Rodan Slavin says, "They are worthy. They are more than worthy. But we do need to, Guinness is always right. So if we can placate Guinness, then we're good." And as you're discussing this, Guinness is like, she's sort of going off all the she keeps talking about the exits, and some of the kids, when they hear exits, they're like scared. And as you're discussing this, about 5 Lokatha children sort of swim into the. They say, "Crab man, and they swim away. But they're excited. They're like, "Crab man, like ice cream truck." Like you would assume that like someone's looking for an ice cream truck, they would be there. But these kids come in, crab man, and they rush off, and you see them go out to the behind one of the rocky outcroppings, and Slavin sort of like smiles. You see both Rodin and Guinness. Guinness is like stops talking. She's like almost like a fangirl. You can imagine a fangirl. She can't say anything. But a couple of the warriors, like they don't seem to be so happy. And out from behind this outcropping is what appears to be a metallic lobster-like contraption that starts lumbering toward you guys. What do you want to do? Okay, guys. So, anything you want to do as this crab-like contraption is walking towards you?
I'm gonna be on my guard about it, but with how everyone is acting, they're all acting like they're like the best band in the world. So,
okay.
They don't mind getting crabs, apparently.
You don't mind getting crabs. And as this crab sort of walks up, you see again Rodin just sort of like, and Guinness sort of this fangirl. She swims over right up to it, and she gives this thing a big hug. Gives this metallic crab a hug, and you're just like, what's going on? And then you see from this sort of crab, from the behind of the crab, you see, and all these bubbles start ejecting from it, and it looks like a back hatch or something flips up. And out from this hatch, you see a familiar face, especially Kane. You remember? You see the hermit, the druid that you met before, and he's got this sort of glowing blob around his head, and he's got a big smile on his face. His hair is like this, and it's just sort of trapped within this bubble. It doesn't look like a hard bubble. It looks sort of like a magic bubble or something like that. And he's just like, he gets out, and you see Guinness go over to him, and he says, and he just sort of stands there, and Guinness she's like, and he walks over to you. He says, hello everybody, how are you? And he's kind of surprised to see you guys. He's like, oh, hello again. I don't remember his accent, by the way, so just bear with me. So he says, oh, what are you doing here? Oh, Guinness, and oh, it's so good to see you all. And the kid's sort of coming up and glowing away. And you see him like take out from he's all, it's his old dirty, well, it's not dirty anymore, it's watery, flowy robe. And he seems to be pulling out some kind of bark or something like that. And the kids are coming up, and he's giving it to them. And he says, oh, hello, party. What are you doing here? Especially looks at you, Greg. You, Kane. Hello there, we meet again. What are you doing here? It's been
We
weeks.
saved some of the locals. They brought us down here to hopefully swap information on the Sahagan.
The Sahagan, they're terrible. How do you? That's fantastic. It's so strange that we meet here. Well, and do you remember this guy's name? Anybody? Come on, don't look. No.
Oh, not without looking. No.
Okay, anybody can look too. Steve, you get inspiration if you know his name.
I call him Fred.
Anybody
I
else?
use his Chinese name.
Okay, it's Prattis.
Hey, you.
The guy's
John-
name Prattis.
John, I barely remember your name, so
Do you remember your own? As long as you remember your own.
Depends on how much I've had to drink.
That's true as well. So his name's Prattis, and he says, "Well, it is good to see you," and he says, "Allow you to meet my apparatus." You say, "What? This is my," and he looks over at this crab. He says, "This is the Prattis apparatus," and the kids are swimming around. You can see that it's actually I'll show you what it looks like because it is pretty impressive. So let's go and see that. Oh, come on. Really? Okay, hang on a second. I will see this image and just put it here in the pictures. And here, I'll show this to you guys now. Yeah, I'll do this. I can share your screen, can I? Tell me if you can see this.
I just see watch stream.
Click watch stream, and then you should.
Me or you?
Okay, yeah, I see it now.
So, okay. So it looks like this. It's an apparatus of Quailish, just a little metagaming. So it's got like these, it is a crab, and it's got these claws and it's sort of walking like a crabby lobster kind of thing. So that's interesting. How relevant it is, I'm not sure, but stop streaming. There we go. And can you still see? I think we can still see each other. There we go. Fantastic. Okay. And he says, well, I once in a long time I come and visit my Lokatha friends here. But it's strange, isn't life strange how we meet at these opportune moments? Tell me, Sir Kane, Sir Kane, is that? No. Were you able to find my friend? A few weeks ago, you were off to you set off to find my friend, didn't you? What happened?
Unfortunately we did, but he didn't make it.
Oh no. And he's sort of like, well, what became of him? Do you know? How do you know?
He found a portal to hell and kind of helped the devils.
Hell, you say?
Crazy.
He messed with things he shouldn't have and brought down a lot of death and destruction upon himself.
Well, he was a bit odd, that one. Where did you find him?
I think we found him in the basement of his house.
His house. He went. Where was he living? He went off to the island, the main island, a long time ago, and I hadn't heard of him since.
He had
was
quite
along
a
the river.
ranch set up there.
A ranch. Oh, fantastic! What was he ranching? What was he?
Dinos.
Dinos, you say? Fantastic! And you see him. You see him from his robe. He pulls out something, and he goes. And you see these papers, and he said, and you sort of see them. They're like waterlogged and running. He's, oh dear! And he goes back to his to this apparatus, and he puts it in and says, well, I hope they dry out. Oh dear, dinos! I love dinos. Uh, all kinds of dinos. Did I show you my collection of? Did I show you my collection of dino drawings and lore about the dinos? Maybe not next time. Next time you must come and have a look. You must come back. What was you? I asked you to find my friend, but did you find anything of use, of evidence of him or what he was doing? You all seem like good people, but I believe you needed to show me something that.
I think we found his journal.
Journal, you say? And by the way, I'm gonna roll the clock back just a second. So when you guys were in this rubber dinghy, some of your stuff was now. The guys had said, "Put this around your stuff so it doesn't get waterlogged." Unlike what Prattis just did with some of his dino drawings. Okay, so Prattis is he's visiting and he's very curious about what's going on with the Sahagin, and he also indicates to you that he may be able to help, but he says, and you see Guinness sort of like she's crazy, but she's also googly eye with Prattis. She's like this Lokatha human love vibe going on is very interesting to see. And then she looks at and she's like having fun, and then she turns to you. Well, are you going to do it or not? You need to get the exits. You need to get the exits. And Slavin and Rodin say, and he beckons you over, and he says, you need to go if you want to help us, and further the attack on the Sahagin. Will you help us take care of these exits? If Guinness is placated, the village will be able to support you, support all of us in our struggles against the Sahagin. What say you?
Do we even know how to fight these things?
Slavin says, "I'll show you. I'll brief you. Don't worry."
You're sticking with the pointy end.
That's a sign of a true druid. Not okay. So basically, they explain that these are these vampiric, evil manta ray type creatures. They're about 15 miles from here. One of their encampments is not that far away, but they've been attacking more lately. They suggest that Slavin is actually going to. He still needs to recover a bit, but he's sending out two of his sergeants to sort of escort you. If it was a large group of Lokatha approaching, they would instantly know, so they're suggesting that having two to accompany you won't cause much of a problem. So they're not used to land lovers, but and so you'll have a chance to go and attack them. They say you've got one mission. The chief of the Ixit village, they're known as sovereigns, Ixit sovereigns. Kill the sovereign, decapitate their evil ways, and bring back proof that you've done so. Slavin says, I don't know too much what to tell you. Stay away from their tails. Stay away from their fins. And make sure they don't bite you. And he says,
they're native to this water. We are not. So we're not going to be able to be very effective against them in their environment.
What he also says is, so what weapons do you guys all have? So what you've got? So Jeff, you got a dagger, mainly a dagger and longbow, right?
Well, no, I got a short sword, long sword, and a bow and arrows, but I mean, they're useless underwater.
They're not. So underwater fighting rules are a little different. So first of all, you guys do not have a swimming speed. Your swimming speed is 10 feet, so that's a disadvantage. Good news is you can breathe underwater, so that's good. You're not going to drown. Right now, you can breathe underwater. Slavin indicates to you that these potions that you've been given are good for 24 hours. But the Locathah do not have a large supply of these. They scrounge them once in a while. Prattis brings them some breathing potions, but the following weapons, and I'm gonna just hold on one second. Oops. Where was the underwater? I should have probably had that handy. There are a number of weapons that are less effective underwater and some that are fine underwater. So hold on a second. Okay, so you can use crossbows, nets, javelins, spears, tridents, darts, and short swords underwater normally. Okay, let me double check this again. Oh, what happened there? Oh, sorry. So when you make a melee weapon attack, if you don't have a swimming speed, so right now you don't have a natural swimming speed, you've got disadvantage on all your attack rolls, unless your weapon is a dagger, a javelin, a short sword, a spear, or a trident, or a net. Okay, you have disadvantage if it is not one of those weapons. Okay, sorry. A ranged weapon attack will not work beyond a weapon's normal range. Okay? Even within normal range, the attack's going to have disadvantage unless the weapon is a crossbow, a net, or a weapon that's thrown like a javelin, like a spear, trident, or dart. Does that make sense? Here, I'll write this. I'll write this for you guys. Or
What about magic?
what's that?
What about magic?
Magic's fine. Underwater. Here you go. I'm gonna just write this down here.
Do these guys have any spears or stuff that they might want to give us to help do this?
Slavin says, sure, and he points over to one of his team. He says there are two guys with crossbows and two guys with spears or sort of tridents. He offers it to you.
Okay.
Hey, John, what about... I'm going to post it up in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it would be kind of a sling attack?
That's a sling attack. That was going to be that's a disadvantage.
Okay.
But I mean, like regular, like Eldritch Blast, that will be fine. Note though, anybody that uses any kind of fire underwater is going to be, I mean, that's going to be resistant, right?
What about like Ray of Frost?
Should be fine. So you guys understand that you're going to be at a movement disadvantage, right? And you're going to have some disadvantages underwater. I'm going to give
What if you were to cast fly upon yourself?
Is fly underwater or is fly in the air?
Well, you can still get lift from water.
And no, doesn't work like that. Sorry.
It doesn't work that way.
Nope. Nope.
Free action would be the only thing that would probably be effective underwater. And I don't know that anybody's got that kind of level yet.
I'd like each one of you guys to make an insight check, please. Greg and oh my God, Clay.
The first was Kane, the second was Axel.
Sorry. Okay. Okay. So Kane and Clay, you guys both remember you don't we have something that can help us in this situation?
We have a potion of the
thought comes to your
Sohagan.
head. What's that?
We have a potion of the Sohagan.
That is one. Give me another inside check, Greg. Kane.
The other one is my fins that I got.
Is your what that you got?
The fins.
There you go. So what are they? What are the fins?
Grab. I haven't written down. That's what I'm trying to. Flippers made of fish scales, plus 20 to movement, bonus action to dodge.
I'm going to. So it's plus 20. What is it again? Plus 20?
Plus 20 to movement, so that makes your movement a 30. And then you can use your bonus action to dodge.
Okay. There's a potion of the Sahagan, which you said. These are fish scale fish scale flippers, right? What this means is whoever's wearing those fish scale flippers, I'm going to say that. Nope. That's just movement. It's not gonna. Yeah, it won't apply to your the weapons. Okay. And yeah, this.
Well, I think the tank, whoever's going to tank, should take them because they can use a bonus action to dodge.
Probably Axel.
Yeah,
Although,
probably.
So would that be a swim speed for the purposes of
No.
not getting disadvantage?
No,
Okay.
that's what I was thinking, but I think you get a lot of extra movement, but I don't think you're not an innate waterborne creature. So it just makes you faster. It doesn't make you more agile or used to fighting in water. Potion of the Sahagan, though, that would probably do it. So as you're getting ready to go, Slavin says, "Look, what we're going to do, is we're going to, and now Prattis is also sort of helping." He says, "I can help. Let me help here. So maybe my apparatus can be used as a distraction." And Slavin says, "Oh, okay. Well, because this is not just it's a settlement." So we're gonna have to find a way to go get to the chief faster. And Slavin says, "Well, look, I'm not gonna do the fighting for you, but what we can do is I can have a couple of my sergeants and Prattis with his apparatus sort of distract or cause a distraction that can maybe take away some of the guards." And Prattis, when he hears guards, he goes, "I heard that those Ixits, they've got sharks around, lots of sharks." And then Slavin goes, "Oh yeah, they're not real sharks. They're strange sharks." He goes, "I think they're not right. They're not quite there. They're mindless sharks, whatever that means." But
Addis, can we use your your crab.
Ooh, using my crab? Well, um, he says, "There's, I can have There's two people that can fit in this. It's not a very big thing, right? It's like Prattis and one more can fit in." He says,
I know. I'm sorry. I'm using. It's in my other campaign, so I know exactly what it does.
right. He says,
Disregard what I said.
so he says, you know, you're not, I don't think you're quite ready for my apparatus yet. And he says, but would any one of you like to try it out?
Yeah, I'd like to try it out.
All right. So, okay.
Might as well learn how to use it.
Okay. So,
I'm a man of learning. I'd like to learn so I can pass my knowledge on to other people.
what he says is, so he gives you an introduction to the apparatus. He says, now this is, this is my specialty. I won it in a card game with a dark druid years ago. But he says, but we can't really use this when we go and cause a distraction. And I think you probably need to be in the battle. But you do learn that the apparatus has a number of features with all these different levers that need to be pulled in order to make it work. It is, as you find out, it is a submarine. It is a grasping machine. It can swat and hit creatures, and it's very handy for landlubbers to submerge. So he doesn't teach you all that there is to know about the apparatus, but you get a rudimentary knowledge. He says maybe once you've explored underwater on your own a bit more, maybe you'd be ready for the apparatus.
Yeah.
Just out of game, you guys. The apparatus is like. Has anyone ever heard of the apparatus of Quailish?
Yes.
Hello.
Good. So you guys know what it is then.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is called Prattis apparatus. Okay. Okay. So
Huge amount of hit points, does good damage, and if you throw a spellcaster in the secondary seat, he can cast spells while underwater as well.
Is that what he could do?
Yeah. There's some wicked stuff with it.
Okay. So, what are you guys gonna do to prepare? So who's wearing the fish scale flippers? That's you, right, Clay?
No, I'm actually giving them to Axel, the tank. So
Axel
he
the
can.
tank now has fish scale flippers, has 30
Yeah.
movement underwater.
Yep. So he can move, and he also has the ability to burn his bonus action to dodge.
Yep.
It's good.
What is the range on these crossbows underwater?
So, like any ranged weapon, like underwater, there's no. A crossbow will be whatever the regular range is. The short range, that's basically your max range. I think crossbows are they 60? Short range is 60 for crossbow, isn't it? Anyone? Bueller.
Don't know. I don't use one. But if it's anything like.
I don't know what these new rules.
Oh, 100.
120.
No, these are light crossbows. They're 80, which is kind of why these Lokatha, they've got crossbows and tridents, right? So they've basically 80 range, and you're not at disadvantage when you fire a crossbow underwater.
Well, since I'm good with bows, I'll try this crossbow. How many bolts do we have with them?
He gives you 20 bolts.
Okay.
You got a crossbow and 20 bolts now. Anyone else want a crossbow?
There's
There's two. You've got two crossbows you can use. So you've got one, Airvan. What's that, Greg?
Did you say there were spears or?
There are two spears. I mean,
Something
they're tridents. They count as tridents.
Okay.
Two more.
I think Axel will take one.
Okay. Remember, if you have a short sword, does not impose disadvantage either.
Yeah, I have actually 2 of them.
And daggers don't either. So daggers are fine.
I'll take a crossbow.
Okay, so we've got Clay with a crossbow and Erevan with a crossbow, and we've got Axel with a trident. Steve.
No, I'm sticking to spells.
Okay, and Kane.
20 more bolts for
Okay.
20
whoever
bolts.
needs it.
Kane, sorry.
Magic and wild shit.
Okay. All right. So you get I'm gonna say that you guys actually late afternoon. It's gonna be too dark if you're gonna get. It's 10 miles away here. They actually suggest that you guys have rest for the night.
That means we're going to be very short on air.
You are going to be. You will be able to move. You'll be able to move closer to where you need to go. You'll need to sleep, and then you'll have about 4 to 6 hours of air left. You want to sleep, or you want to try to do this in the dark?
No, let's sleep.
Okay, and you're not that deep that it's pitch black. It's actually relatively shallow. So this is sort of like it's like an outcropping. Like it's all underwater, but it's shallow waters. You're still off the shore, shallow water. So okay, so you guys get to what appears to be a coral ring. There is it's like a, what's the right way to say it? It's sort of like a cave system with an atoll in the water. You approach from the west, and just as you about half a mile beforehand, you get Prattis and his crab move a little to the front. You guys are expected to go sneak in the back. It's sort of a 15, 20 foot high coral barrier that has holes and what appear to be like seaweed beds strewn about. And as you sort of you approach, you can see occasionally flitting of what appears to be a manta ray from one part of the cave system to another, or one part of the coral to another. And as Prattis you sort of see Prattis move around, and as he does, immediately 3 of these black, large manta ray-like creatures swarm towards him. What do you guys? And now it appears that there are 3 areas that you could go and explore. Excuse me. No, that wasn't me. That was somebody else. So the first area appears to be. They all appear to be similar entrances to this system that go sort of into the coral. Do you want to spend some time trying to analyze the entrances, or would you like to just sort of randomly try to go and find out what's in them?
Oh, before we get too far, did they describe what this leader looks like?
You know that it's a big bad. Yes, he's a big bad. Extra. Is that you or
Who is that?
I think that was my phone. Sorry.
is that you? Okay. So they've explained he's a big bad, larger, tougher, and fatter manta ray. They say you'll know him when you see him.
Okay.
So you're 500 feet from the top of this coral area, and you can clearly see there's 3 entrances to get in.
Did we sleep beforehand?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
You guys have had a long rest. You've got about 4 hours left of air. Well, no, 4 to 6 hours left of breathing underwater right now.
Well, then we don't have a lot of time to fool around. We're just going to have to kind of go in there.
I can prepare, and I have prepared water breathing if we run out. So
Is that for everybody?
don't have to
or just-
worry. It works on 10 willing creatures.
Oh wow, that's good. For 24 hours. There you go. Good spell to have.
So probably after we slept. After we slept, could I have cast that as a ritual, taking 10 minutes, so we have it for the full 24 hours? You don't have to worry.
If you like, yeah, you can do that. I'll give you that.
All
I'll
right,
give you that
I'd like to.
foresight. Okay. Okay, yeah, you can do that.
Well, then now we've got the time to go try and figure out how to get in.
So you know how to get in, you just don't know where to get in.
Well, that's just it. We have to kind of look at what we've got there. I mean, currently we've got a major disadvantage is we can't move. Second disadvantage is we're not built for fighting underwater. They are. And third, we don't know how to get through this place. So we were severely hogtied when it comes to this. So getting into this place, let alone killing this guy, is going to be extremely difficult.
Mhm.
So whatever advantages we can attempt to get on our side, we should. But like I said, it's going to take some time to kind of get around here and figure out what we need to do and what we're looking for.
Mhm.
And we gotta do some sneaking, and we gotta.
Okay, so again, you guys are going to sort of. So right now there's activity in and around this sort of coral reef area. Okay, there's you can, especially right now that Prattis has gone and started causing the distraction, and the and some of these rays have gone off. You can see there appear to be other ones that are just sort of milling around. None of them are right now in front of any of these entrances. Okay, and you believe that this group seems to be relatively distracted, and nobody seems to be coming out of these 3 entrances.
No one's coming out of them.
Nope.
So we pick one and go for it, guys.
Sure.
They got the left, you got the center, and they got the right.
I say we go right.
I agree.
Sure.
You gonna go right? Okay, someone roll a 1d4, please.
First.
First person, yeah, you're first, Steve. 3. All right.
In honor of John moving to Texas, we're going right.
No, I'm taking them left.
God, I hope not.
Nope.
They shoot liberals out there.
Absolutely.
Don't-
Hey, guess
Don't
where I'm
ruin-
going tomorrow?
don't ruin Texas, John.
Guess where I'm going tomorrow? Going to the shooting range. Go learn how to shoot.
Ooh.
It's the law.
It's the law. It is the law. I mean, yeah. Here's your.
You're gonna need a gun rack for your pickup too.
Yeah, I got the pickup at least, so I need the gun rack.
So you will not need one of those.
What's that? Is that concealed carry?
Yeah, it's concealed carry.
It is funny. Like it's like you walk in the hotel. There's like the big sign. It's like no, not a no smoking sign. It's a no gun sign.
Yep.
It's like, you're not allowed to bring guns in here. Okay, I didn't think you normally could, but okay, I guess I know better now. I know a lot better now. Okay, so all right. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a 5-minute break because I gotta go get something ready that I kind of expected that. I should have expected that. 5-minute break, and we'll be right back with more. I was gonna say Bloodlines and Power. That's not. That's not. That's not what I need to say. With more Saltmarsh's Isle of Dread. Thanks for joining.
Finish your midterms, Greg?
Yep, all finished. I only have one left that we had a snow day Friday, so it got delayed till Monday. I think I did pretty good. Like 2 are rated so far. I got an 89 and 100. So we'll have to see about the rest.
That's good.
I also went to the board game convention this week.
Yeah, that's what I heard. How'd you like that?
Good. Played Twilight Imperium, which took 8 hours. Great.
The board game convention.
I went to it last weekend. I've been in Oklahoma City.
Yep.
It was OpenCon, I think. It's pretty small. It's just a place in a hotel, but it's cool.
I found in Dallas there's a bunch of a lot of places for gaming here too. So I
playing at a place right here in Snohomish called Geek Fortress.
Nice.
Perfect.
I'm gonna be making my game room. It's my own Geek Fortress. And we are. Let's go back. And we are back to Saltmarsh's Isle of Dread. Guys, we're gonna be done. Sorry, what do you got? Is that Guinness? There you go. It's Guinness.
BSB and a little copper kettle.
A little copper kettle. Very nice. Steve, you got anything you want to share with us for your drink tonight? What is that? Does it say can of beer? What is that? I can't see it.
No.
You're
Steve,
muted.
You're on mute, Steve, so I don't know what you're saying.
Belching Beaver Peanut Butter Milk Stout.
Belching
Wow.
Beaver. There you go. Peanut butter milk stout. Very nice. Excellent. Okay. Well, let's get back to it, you guys. Let's put everybody on. So you get to the entrance of of one of these underground caves, and it's coral, but there is enough light that's sort of filtering through that there is some dim light in here. And let's put all you guys, I guess we need to put the characters on the map. Right now, I think you could have seen Ogre Lair, but now you can see this one. And move your. I haven't put any lighting on here. Can you guys see this?
I see a black square.
A black square. That's not what we need. We need light. Full light here. Full light. Let's just turn the light on. Dynamic lighting on. No, off. No dynamic lighting. Can you see everything now?
I see what looks like a balloon on a long, thick string.
Yeah, so I screwed this up. Anyway, you guys, I'm just going to do this. You managed to, you peek down what appears to be about a 5-foot wide corridor, little channel cut through the coral. And as you sort of round the bend, you can see what appears to be a chamber. And in that one chamber, there in the middle of the chamber, you're not in the chamber yet. You're just still in one of the in the tunnel that leads to it. You can see there is a half of a giant oyster shell. It's not the full, like a clam that's open. It's like literally half an oyster shell. It's a bed. And you can see that there is something resting in the middle of the oyster shell. The room, it's carved out of coral. You see around it, there's like sort of debris on the ground. But in the center of the room is this oyster shell. And I'm going to ask you what you want to do.
What is in the center? Can I make it out?
So I'm going to put, each one of you guys put yourselves in the corridor here. Remember, this is going to be like 3D. You're still, you're swimming, but you're able to get down. You're sort of like going through the chamber here. So get your character. There you go. Thank you. There's Greg. There's Axel. Very nice. Move yourselves up to the entrance of the main chamber.
How do you bring a character in?
You go to your journal, and your character should be there. In the journal, in the top right, there's a little icon that says journal. In there's a whole bunch of things, including your character should be in there. You should.
Okay.
If you don't. No.
No. I see the picture that I have, but not character.
Yeah, your character. So there's your character, Airvents. There's a picture of
Drag the picture onto
Drag the
the
picture
screen.
onto the map.
It's not working.
Okay, hang on. Let me just. Oh, somebody just did that. Who's
That's-
that? There's Clay. You did it. Aravan, there you go.
It's
So mine comes out as a square, not a round icon.
And what don't you have?
yeah, mine's not coming over. It's highlighting everything else in the field
So
though.
I went into my bio and info on my character sheet and grabbed that image. In the upper left-hand corner, there's a little square. You grab that and you can drag it out.
Oh, hang on. So hang on. Okay, Aravan, can you see yourself? Can you see yourself now?
I can now.
Legolas, you can't see yourself, or Legolas?
So how do I drag out that icon?
Here, or add Legolas there too. So I mean, I can't even remember if I made a token for you here, Clay.
I think you did because I've used it in the past.
Yeah, I did. I know I did. Where's Clay? No, that's not it.
Yeah, now
What
we're
a
talking.
clown. It's the clown token. That's not it. It's Clay. My other CL. Where the hell? Didn't I create... Well, look. I mean, just use that token for now. It doesn't.
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
really matter.
fine.
Okay, it's fine. So is that the order you're gonna go in?
I would hope not.
Okay, what
Well,
order do you want to go in then, guys?
If this guy, if what's in this shell is the guy we want, if I can get in there first before he notices anything, I might be able to just take him out.
There is clearly no creature. There's no creature in this in the.
Okay. All right, then doesn't matter.
So with my perception, what do I see of what's this thing in the center of the shell?
Give me a perception check, please. From where you are, give me a perception check.
22.
So, you rolled an 8 and you got a 22, right?
Yeah.
So
No, the eight's the bonus. Eight's the plus.
8's the bonus.
No.
No, 8's the roll.
I rolled a
No.
5.
Oh, sorry.
I rolled a 14.
You rolled a 14. Got it. Yeah. Okay,
plus
good.
3 plus 5.
Got it. All right. Okay, so I mean, it's basically half of an oyster shell, and on that, in that oyster shell, there is what appears to be like a crystal. There's a small crystal figurine of a creature. You're not quite sure. It's like a kind of a squid-like creature, maybe.
Is there a top?
You're not close enough to get a good look at it.
Is there a top to the shell?
No.
Is it? So the top is missing.
Yes.
Oh hell, I'm gonna go grab it.
You're
I'm sorry. My.
Okay. So you go over, you grab this figurine, and it looks like you guys have seen this before. Clay, I don't know if you've seen it before. Have you seen it before? It looks like a creature with some tentacles on its head, a weird sucking like maw, and 3 large
Cthulhu.
flukes. A what?
It's Cthulhu.
It's not Cthulhu. No. You don't know what Cthulhu is. But no, it's not Cthulhu. It is it's a creature you've never seen before, Clay. It's very well made, but it looks like glass. It's not crystal, more like glass, clear. It's a little smudgy, but clear glass. As you pick it up, it feels cold like the water that it's surrounded by. And as you pick it up, you also notice it underneath it. there is some kind of, looks like a pearl. Looks like kind of a relatively, good-sized pearl in it. However, after you pick up this sort of this figurine from the wall, you see the following creatures pop out. You notice that even with your passive perception, you're not quite sure why is this? But these large creatures that look like they're made from coral. They were a part of the wall, and they're now coming right for you.
You're screwed.
I didn't have the right token, but this is like an iron golem, I think it is. But these are actually not iron golems.
Well, that's fortunate.
That's interesting. Why the hell? Fucking hell, sorry. I see what's happening. All right. That's no problem. Okay. Oh, there we go. And it's still not doing it, but that's fine. And that's the HP. Sorry, a little problem with my token creation today. But it is what it is. Okie dokie. All right, so and immediately they start attacking you. So you can move yourself up to the. I've moved you up here as you picked it up.
Thank you.
And
Is
start
it- and
attacking. Everybody, click
is
on
it-
your.
is it-
click on
Is it two of them or is it more?
two. There's two of them. Exactly from this position is where they come out. Everybody, click on your token and roll for initiative. Did you click on your? You clicked on your. All right, good. First one and roll initiative. Second one, roll initiative. Thank you. Boom, boom. All right. Nobody's surprised. And first things first. Oh. Why do we have Aravan a bunch of times here?
I don't know. I only clicked it once. I'm up here.
I only see it once.
I only see it
Yeah.
once.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Is the Aravan?
Well, I only see
Did
it
you roll
once
a
too.
23 Aravan or what?
23. Yeah.
Okay, we'll get rid of you here. Axel, what do you get?
Axel got a 20.
Legolas, you got a what? 16?
16.
Clay, what do you have again? Sorry? 7?
I got a 7.
Kane? 7 or 9?
9.
All right, okay. Let's go for it. Aravan, you see these two sort of coral type creatures come out of the wall. They're humanoid. They look like, I mean, you've heard about these before, Aravan. It's a 9-foot tall, roughly humanoid creature. It's composed of living coral with whites, reds, and oranges all represented. Its coral head is shaped like the innards of a brain, and it's got 2 glowing eyes which have come to life. They illuminate hollow eye sockets. The legs are blocky and have 2 stout club-like arms. That's what you see.
What do these squares represent?
5 feet. Small. It's tight in here.
Hey.
I was also supposed to do something, and I actually need to do it. So don't move anybody else. I totally screwed this one up, but I'm going to make it work. 20-foot sphere. I need. Who am I gonna get? I need Axel and Clay. I need you to give me deck saving throws. Both fail. Really? You both fail? All right.
Roll the 1.
Wow. Okay. So let me do this. Oh, jeez. Really?
Hey, we're underwater. What the hell, right?
Yeah. Well, it depends what's gonna happen, right? Oh, really? Wow. Okay. Both of you take 27 lightning damage as when you lift up this crystal and these sort of coral creatures come to life. A massive lightning explosion appears from under the shell. You guys are all impacted by the blast. The rest of you guys don't feel anything. Ouch. That sucks underwater. Electricity is not good underwater. All right, so
Really?
Erevan, go ahead.
Yeah.
Your turn. Erevan, you're up.
Okay, well, I'll bring the crossbow up and try and shoot this guy.
Okay.
It's well within range. I don't have a crossbow in my thing. What would I
You
use?
just roll crossbows.
Short bow?
1d6 is 1d6.
No, I mean roll to hit. What do I need?
It's a ranged weapon. So whatever your ranged weapon
Okay.
attack is.
Well, I'll keep my short bow as the ranged weapon then.
Just
Fine. I think the
1d8.
damage is the same, isn't it?
It's a light crossbow.
Light crossbow.
1d8 for damage.
1d8 piercing. Yep.
Yeah, piercing.
80 range. Yep.
All right. Well, I'll roll my short bow. It shows 1d6, but oh shit.
That's a good shot.
Yeah.
Why is sneak attack on?
I don't count the sneak attack.
You should have advantage because the assassin thing, which would give you sneak attack.
No, because
Or no, because it's not surprise.
You're not
you
surprised.
guys initiate, so I don't get that. So it's just 7.
Isn't it advantage on any creature that hasn't acted in initiative, but critical hits only for the surprise creatures?
You're asking the DM to actually be a DM here? Okay, hold on. Sorry, what is it? This is the assassinate feature, right?
Well, it wouldn't work because they came out as reaction to him. So, I mean,
No. You have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet. In addition,
okay, then
any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit.
So,
it's
well,
assassinate. That's a feature you have, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So,
But
well,
no,
then
you hit him anyway. So I mean, it doesn't really.
yeah. So then I guess it's if you want to count the sneak attack then on it because of the advantage, then they take 16 points. He takes 16 points of damage.
Okie dokie.
If I count it as the assassinate, then you got to throw it as a crit.
That's only for surprised creatures. I don't think they're surprised.
I don't think so either. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yes. So you hit it square on, and it breaks. It just breaks. It doesn't do anything to it.
Oh,
Nothing
great.
happens to it.
So the thing hit it, did nothing to it.
Hit it square on, full and solid, but doesn't look like it's taken. Doesn't look like it. It goes in, but it hits it and then just sort of breaks apart. Nothing seemed
Okay.
to. That didn't seem to do any damage.
All right, guys, you're on your own.
Sorry.
See you later.
Yeah, time
Caravan,
to
is there any
retreat.
place else you want to go now, or?
I've used
Remember,
my
you guys,
movement.
Remember, you guys, you get 10 feet of movement, right?
I've already used it.
Okay.
You can dash as a bonus action if you want to
Can indeed,
move 10
that's
more
right.
feet.
Yep. Axel, you're up.
Ooh, that lightning hit him hard. I think I'll pump 15 points of lay on hands into myself.
On himself? Okay.
Yeah. He's going to move up to here. He's going to take his bonus action to dodge because he's wearing the fish scale flippers.
Okay.
And he's going to yell at everybody, retreat, retreat.
So you guys hear. So is that what he's going to say?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Next, this guy lumbers over to Axel and tries to hit him.
All right. He'll have disadvantage because I got it.
Disadvantage because you dodged. Oh wow, aren't you special? All right. Bam, bam. First 12, that misses. 10, that misses. I'm assuming, right?
These things are getting 2 attacks per turn?
Looks like it.
So do we.
With what kind of attack?
I mean, is the coral limbs through the water, but they both basically Axel just dodges out of the way, no problem. So hang on, that's supposed to be okay. I've already done it, so that's fine. It's the dodge action is only 1 attack, right?
No, it's disadvantage on attacks against yourself till the end of your till the start of your next turn.
Oh, anytime someone attacks you, you get they get disadvantage. You sure it's not 1 attack?
Nope.
Okay, great. All right, so that's all he does. And he doesn't say anything. He's sort of emotionless coral construct. Legolas, my Egolas, you're up.
I will. Can I can see this guy?
You can see him, yes. Eldritch Blast. Oh, wow. First shot hits him. Does 7 force damage. Looks like he's taking some damage. Second one misses. Sort of looks over at you. Doesn't do it. He hasn't done anything yet, but he looks menacingly over. Not menacingly, neutrally over at you, Legolas.
Then I will take a step back, and that'll be my turn.
Okie dokie. Next, this other guy he's already in combat with Axel, and he tries to hit Axel. And first shot, he's at disadvantage, 13 and 11.
Miss. Both miss.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. All right, okay. Very good. Kane, Arcatos.
Whoa. And I'm going to cast Moonbeam.
There you go.
Circle. Wow. That doesn't show up though.
Where are you doing it again?
Doing
Like
it right
on the-
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There?
On that.
On him. Directly on him? Okay.
It's at the start of his turn, don't worry.
Okay, it enters the spell area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. It's engulfed with flame, causes serious pain. Okay, got it. Okay, there you go. Concentration.
Now, so the move back.
There you go. Clay, you're up.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. What
So
healing
again,
spells like?
you've picked up this crystal glass figurine, and underneath there is a pearl. Pretty good sized pearl as well, just sitting underneath it.
Yeah. We gotta kill these things first.
Grab the pearl. It might be the control.
You could retreat. We don't need to fight these guys.
That's for sure.
Is grabbing the pearl an action? Can I do that as a bonus action?
Bonus action.
Okay. My action is I'm going to cast Sleep as a second level. Both of these guys.
Sleep?
Pretty much
Did you say sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spell Sleep.
It shouldn't
So-
affect.
What?
I don't think it affects golems because they're constructs.
Pretty much what it says is I just linked it. Creatures.
So the
within
undead
20
creatures
feet of a
immune to
point. Yeah.
Don't know.
You might want to look at what their
Yeah.
special immunities are because I don't think you can sleep a golem. But okay,
If they're
They said
immune
I'm-
to being chained, then they can't be put to sleep.
If they're immune to what, though, is the question.
sleep
Charmed.
spells.
Immune to charmed.
Yeah,
It says it at the bottom of the spell.
Yep. No, I know.
you have to check the golem's
Yep.
stats.
Yeah, I know.
That's
So you cast it on both, like in the room.
Yeah. I pick creatures that to sleep.
Yep.
Rolling as a second level, so it's instead of 5d8, it's 7d8.
Okay. Give me an insight check, please.
Two.
Your DC, I said it 20. So good job. You are pretty sure that these are not humanoids that could be charmed or put to sleep.
Then I would not do that.
By the way, I'm having a hard time hearing you, Logan.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Then I'm not going to do that. I'm going to grab the thing, move back 10 feet, and cast a spell on myself, which is I'm going to cast Cure Wounds as a second level, so I get 2d8 plus my spell modifier
Okay.
back.
There you go. Go ahead. So as you pick up the pearl,
That'd be a lot.
as you pick up the pearl,
Yeah.
nothing happens.
Okay.
You have a pearl. There you go.
So it's
11 plus your
11.
spell modifier.
Yeah.
There you go.
Which I'm looking what that is. It'd be 16.
Okay. You can add that to your hit points. Good. Erevan, you're up. You just
Well,
saw your crossbows
clearly-
just sort of.
clearly the crossbow's useless, so I'm backing up.
Okay. All right, Axel.
Axel will use his action to disengage.
Okay.
He's going to move back to there, and then bonus action to dodge again.
Bonus action to
And he's
dodge.
going to get retreat.
Those
again.
are pretty. That's pretty good. That's a good magic item, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
All right. He does that. Then this guy lumbers over. Dun. He sort of stamps on the. You see him sort of half stamp on the shell.
Need to make a Constitution saving throw for Moonbeam at the
That's
start of his turn.
right. Constitution save and throw. All right. Constitution
Needs a
saving
15.
throw. Boom. He rolled up 14.
Just misses. Yeah, only 6 radiant damage.
Okay, and he doesn't scream even a little bit because he's got no emotion. Okay, but he took some damage. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, fine. I'm doing this manually. Let's do it. Okay, so he's got 82, and this guy's got. How much do you have? Fine, 96. Okay, good. All right. So yeah, he took some damage. And he moves in. He tries to hit Axel again. And he does. Bam, slam. 8. Oh, so.
Disadvantage.
I'm going to roll. Hang on, I got to roll here. Let's see if anything else happens. He. 1, 2. He does something. 3, 4. Nothing happens. 1, 2. Something happens. No, nothing happens. So he missed, but missed badly. Okay, and next is he slams again. 18.
You're at disadvantage.
That's 18 disadvantage.
You fucking
Jesus.
Hi there, Greg. Your phone did something weird? Maybe not. We lost Greg. And Axel. And Kane.
He locked up.
He locked up. His phone fell. Maybe it was like an earthquake. No. Hey Jeff, is he in Tulsa or Oklahoma City?
Tulsa area, I think.
There he is.
There he is.
There he is.
My phone died, even though it's plugged in. I'm having some charging issues, so I'm gonna try from the computer. Hopefully, we don't get it lagging out like it did before.
Okay. You're fine. All right, so he 18 to Axel.
Misses.
18 misses. All right.
Class is 19.
Okay, he missed. He just sort of lumbered over, and now Legolas, your turn. By the way, you guys have also noticed that these creatures don't seem to be. They're not swimming. They seem to be just sort of lumbering. They're slow.
So, I am going to cast Shatter at 3rd level right about here.
Of course you are. Uh-huh.
So it's Constitution save if they are inorganic, made out of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal. They have disadvantage.
Okay.
And the DC is 15.
Okay, so DC's 15. They got to roll a what again?
Constitution.
Con saving throw. All right. Each of them rolled 21.
Okay.
With disadvantage?
I'm not saying whether it's disadvantage or advantage.
All right. Well, they either take.
I'm just saying if it's 21, did that beat it?
Yeah, DC is 15.
Okay.
So it was either 16 damage or half if they made it.
Half if they made it, you're saying. Okay. Wait, I'm just going to do this. So 8.
My spell slot. Is anyone that I can see like looking pretty damaged?
Nope. I mean, first of all, you can't tell if they're bleeding because it's underwater and they're made of coral. But no, they don't seem to be falling apart. They seem to have taken damage, but they don't seem to be falling apart. I'll say that.
Okay. Then I will take one additional step back,
There you go.
and that will be my turn.
Okie dokie. And then this guy moves over here and he lumbers over to try to attack Axel. And he slams and he missed both times. So far these guys are missing. They're just swooshing the water around them, not really doing any significant damage, which is interesting. Kane, it's your turn again.
Use my action to move Moonbeam to there,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to move back. Can I get there, or do I have to be there?
No, you can go. You can go to the next one. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Clay.
Cast. Pull the Dead. Been taking damage.
Yep.
Wisdom save DC 16.
Wisdom save, and this is necrotic damage.
Yes, it is.
First one failed.
No, just the one. It's
sorry,
just
which
one.
one?
The one's been
on-
taking damage.
Oh, which one? The one that took damage? The left one?
Yeah.
They both took damage, but
Both take damage.
Oh, so left one.
left one? Okay. All right. So yeah, he failed.
He takes 11 points of necrotic damage.
11 necrotic. There you go. All right.
And I move back my 10 feet.
Okay. You kind of see the sort of like shaking, this sort of sonic. You sort of see his head. But again, no emotion. But something happened to his head. There you go. All right. Erevan, before you do anything, you see what appears to be. No, you don't. Nothing happens. You don't notice anything. Legolas, you and Kane do though.
What do we notice?
Legolas, you and Kane see what appear to be these two manta rays with glowing red eyes cutting off your exit. But you don't see that yet, Erevan.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
I move to there.
Okay. You can sort of see from beyond the corner, like as you're backing up, you're like, oh shit. You can kind of see one over here, some movement, and looks like a manta ray.
And I get a shot on him.
Nope.
Nope.
Unless you do, no, you don't, from that vantage point, no, you can't get a.
Just asking.
I'm just saying. Okay, that's good. That was yours. Oh, all right. So, as that happens, so Erevan, you're staying there.
How much I can do?
As that happens, you see Legolas. You guys see this sort of manta ray, basically head for you, and it basically tries to bite you. and you sort of see this big gaping, tooth-filled maw try to bite your shoulder. And 20. Does a 20 hit Legolas?
Yeah, it hits.
And all right, you need to make a con saving throw, please. 6. So
I'm guessing that's
you
not
fail this
good.
con saving throw. You take 9 piercing damage, Legolas. As it bites into you, you feel this deep sense of weakness come over you. As you've been hit, and you feel fundamentally weaker. Lose 9 maximum hit points.
Okay.
Okay. Neck, and this thing is, and you see its eyes. What you also notice as it bit into you, it's got not just a mouth of teeth, but a couple of larger teeth in the front as well. And as it bites into you, remember blood sucking. Okay, Axel Rose, you are up.
Axel will disengage, move back, and dodge as his bonus action.
Of course he will. There you go. And Legolas, Legolas.
Let's see. I will cast what do I want to cast? Thinking I got 2 rounds left to live, so I'm gonna just cast let's see. I'm gonna cast Chill Touch.
Chill touch.
Chill Touch on I guess on the one that bit me.
Okay.
Can you do Zone of Cold?
I do not have that spell.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
That's fair.
Never mind you asked about it.
That would be good.
But you know what? Let's see what this does. I will cast
Rain lightning.
yeah, I don't have that either.
What do you guess?
I will cast Entangle.
Ooh.
So 20-foot square. I'll center it on this guy.
So show me again. Where'd you ping it again?
This guy. So it'll cover like
You.
oh yeah, that
It's
gets
gonna
me.
cover everyone, right?
Yeah, it covers everybody, including me.
No, it's a 20-foot square starting from what point you choose. So it could be
Yeah, it
like
could be anywhere you want.
Yeah, you can set it back
it
farther.
could,
Oh, okay. In that case, I'll start it there and push it back 20 feet.
Start at where?
So,
Start where?
Right in
right
front
on
of
the
it.
right on the guy right in front of me.
And then push it back? Okay.
Yep. So it's difficult terrain. Creature in the area when you cast a spell must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling plants until the spell ends.
Okay, so the guy right in front of you fails, and the guy behind you, the guy next to him, succeeds.
Okay. For the duration, so it's difficult terrain.
This guy's restrained.
The one that is restrained can use his action to make a strength check against my spell save.
Okay.
Can I move here? Obviously, taking an opportunity attack.
Yes, you can. And make the following attack. Bite. Yes. So, um, yep. You and as you go by, you see its tail whip around. Remember in Aliens, the Queen just hitting Ripley's power loader, tries to slash you with its barbed-like tail, and it is going to. Let's see what it's going to do.
It's gonna do a Steve Irwin on me.
It will have disadvantage on the attack roll because it's restrained.
Disadvantage on the attack roll. Yep. And I'm gonna have to just roll directly here because I don't. Oh, come on, Discord. Sorry. Disadvantage.
Jeez, I think that missed.
They both missed. Yep. Sorry, not they both. They missed. It's disadvantage. So yeah, totally missed. But you realize, Legolas. Well, you're glad that didn't connect because that would have been sharp. Yeah, you managed to get. They're restrained, or he's restrained. This one's restrained, and it's difficult terrain back there. Next is this guy. He needs to make a con saving throw. Is that right?
Yes. Hey, that was a good roll.
Con saving throw.
Con save DC 15.
He succeeds.
Success. Okay, 7 radiant damage.
Seven radiant damage. All right. Yep. All right. Okay. And he 5, 10. Or sorry, yeah, 5, 10. So he moves just over here and tries to hit Axel. Bam. Bam. Oh, 23?
Ooh, with disadvantage?
No, sorry, with disadvantage, right? Sorry.
Yeah.
6, that misses. And the next one's 21.
That will hit.
So, I'm glad you had disadvantage, though, because he rolled a crit if it was regular. So, 21?
Yeah, that'll hit.
What the hell is that? Okay, so that's... What is that? All right, so 1d10 plus 4. I don't quite understand why that is. It's 9, so it's 13. Now, hold on. Sorry. Okay, so it's 13. He gets 13 bludgeoning damage, and as he gets smacked by this arm, the coral shreds his skin, and he takes an additional 12 piercing damage. Slashing damage. So just a massive boom and like a hit and slash. The coral is like, imagine like a surfer falling on coral. I mean, imagine falling down on coral and then getting dragged. Mm-hmm. That's sort of what it feels like. So yeah, bad hit. Okay. There we go. And he stays there. Next up is this other guy who's not constrained, but he tries to... It's difficult terrain, right? 40, so...
Yeah.
So he moves past his restrained buddy. swims past it, sort of like wriggles in through the entanglement, and looks at you, Kane, and he tries to hit you. Or he tries to bite you, sorry. And an 8 misses.
Miss.
8 misses. There you go. All right, so that's his turn. Next is Mr. Wonderful over here. He needs to do a con saving throw.
Yep.
At disadvantage or just
no.
Regular.
Just straight.
Yeah, he succeeds.
7 more radiant damage.
7 more radiant? Okay. He doesn't like that, but he still seems to be fine. Okay. And then he is... He ends his turn and he is sort of stuck. He can't get to Axel, and he's like now trying to maneuver around, and he passes through Moonbeam right there again. All right, Kane, you're up.
All right. I'm going to use my action to move the Moonbeam up to 60 feet. I'm going to move it right over those guys.
You're going to move Moonbeam over these two guys. Okay.
Over to the Mantas.
Yep. The exits. Yep. And
Yeah.
It's on their turn at the beginning of their turn, right?
Beginning of their turn, yeah. And
Okay.
Bonus action use, so that's my turn.
Okay. Clay. Golem. Not Coral Golem.
For my action,
Also yell out, we got company in the back.
Can't hear you, Clay. I mean, Logan.
For my action, I am casting Channel Divinity.
Ooh. Okay.
So
Ooh, yeah.
And it's doing what?
pretty much at the end of everyone's turn, they get temporary hit points.
Nice.
Cannot be charmed, cannot be feared.
Very good.
So
and how many
that's
temporary hit points again?
Level plus it's 1d6 plus level.
Your level or their level?
My level.
Okay, there you go. All right, at the beginning of each of their turns?
Yeah.
All right.
I will post it in a second.
Okay. Anything else you want to do?
Yeah. So that is for my action.
Yep.
For my bonus action, I am casting Spiritual Weapon.
Okay. You're putting it there?
Putting it there, and it's going to attack that guy.
Okay. On this turn or next turn?
This turn.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm having to switch between like a bunch of pages. Does a 23 hit?
It will hit.
He takes 7 force damage.
7 force damage?
Yeah.
Yep, you
And I move
slice
back
a chunk. Some of the coral from his body just falls off.
Cool.
You just chopped it off, hacked it out.
Yep. And I move back 5 feet.
Erevan.
Well, now that I'm within range melee weapon, I'm going to use the +1 short sword that Kane so graciously loaned me.
Mm-hmm.
Since I have a man within 5 feet of this guy right here, I'm at advantage. So he's going to get the sneak attack going on. And I'm going to roll my standard short sword, but it's going to be +1.
Okay.
So it's 17 to hit.
17 to hit. That will hit. That will hit. Yeah.
Takes 13 points of damage.
There you go. I mean,
Nice.
what's very, very clear, this is like, these are standard fish, and you cut through the flesh pretty easily. Even though it's quite tough. It's actually pretty tough hide, but yeah, you hit it. You hit it well.
Okay, that's pretty much all I can do at the moment.
And you added your +1 there, right?
That was a +1. Not to the. I did not add that to the damage. So the one, it should be 14 then, not 13.
14?
14.
Okay. Okay. All right, this next guy. So he's restrained. So this guy's restrained. At the beginning of his turn, though, he's going to make a con saving throw anyway, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Con
Right.
saving throw.
Oh. Well, he's restrained if he wants to try to get out of it too.
Yeah, but at the beginning of his turn, I got to make the
Right.
16.
Saves, so only 7 radiant damage. I don't know, a lot of 14s.
That's 3 in a row, man.
I know. Pretty good.
So how much is that again?
Yeah, but every one of them's taking half of it.
Half would be 7. 7 radiant damage.
Really? Hang on. Seven radiant, right?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Sorry. That's fine. We're just gonna not do this. We're just not gonna do that. Okay. And that was 7 radiant damage. All right. Got it. Okay. And he's gonna roll strength, right? Sorry, con or strength?
Strength.
Strength to break out.
Strength, I think.
DC
Tank.
what?
Yeah.
He rolled an 18. But with disadvantage or just regular?
I think regular.
Yep. So he rolled an 18.
It is his action to do that, though.
Yep. So he broke out of it and now can't attack. Okie dokie. That's great. Axel Rose, you're up.
Axel's going to draw Shatter Spike
Oh.
to try to attack this golem. So he'll have disadvantage, but hopefully this will get through.
No, it will not.
No.
Only doesn't
And-
knock him to the
And
try
in
and knock
fact,
him to the
roll
ground.
1d10. Don't roll a 1 or 2.
And nah.
Okay, no problem. Nothing happened.
And second attack with Shatter Spike. 21
There
to
you go. That will hit.
Ooh, is it worth pumping to? Yeah, I think I'm gonna throw a smite on there,
Okay.
which is 2d8 radiant.
So it's
There's
a total
6
of 13.
13
On
total
the guy
damage.
in front, right?
Yeah.
13.
It's with a magical sword.
Yes.
So you see this one. So when Shatterspike comes in and slashes his leg, it goes deep. You can see it just sort of like crumble and part of it fall off. This has been one of the more effective weapons on him so far.
And then bonus action dodge. Right there.
That's such an awesome tactic, man. All right, so Legolas.
Roll a 1d6 plus
Oh,
5 for temporary
Thank
infliction.
you. Very helpful.
So 9.
9.
At
Thank
the
you.
start of your turn, right?
The end of your turn.
At the end of your
You
turn.
know what? I didn't do that on mine.
Go ahead. It's fine.
Let me pull up a die here real quick.
Legolas, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast on this golem here.
22? Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so 11 damage, and then 13, I'm assuming misses, because something better than
13
that.
misses, yeah, so 11 force damage. All right.
And then, is Kane, are you damaged at all?
Axel's looking very damaged. Kane's not hit at all, though.
Okay, I'm gonna dump as a bonus action, 3d6 into Axel.
Perfect. He was at 1 HP.
1?
One?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna dump 4.
No.
I didn't realize.
No, sorry. You're going to... No, not 4. The 3 that you did.
3? All right, then it's 11.
Yep.
Jesus.
Very helpful. That with the temporary hit points, I think will be good.
Yep. And Legolas, you get your temporary hit points too now, right?
I do. So that's 1d6 plus 5.
Mm-hmm.
So 9 temporary.
Okay. And so Legolas, Axel, did you get your bonus? You took your, he got his bonus hit points, right? Temporary points.
Got bonus
Okay.
points.
So this guy in front of him is going to go hard. He's going to try to hit Axel. I would normally like yell out like he's angry, but he's a golem, so one slam attack. First one, 15.
Miss.
Second one, 9.
Also miss.
Very lucky these are disadvantaged, by the way. Like,
Oh yeah.
you don't know. Axel would have been dead like a while ago. All right, and then he doesn't do anything. Next, this guy. So the guy that Erevan hit pretty good. So first of all, first thing that happens is he needs to roll a
Decision saving.
Con save
con
for
save. Con save. 16.
that'll pass. Only 3 radiant damage.
Okay, but what you notice now, 3 radiant damage. Erevan, you notice that part of the, and you don't know where it comes from, but part of the slash that you did on him seems to be sort of shrinking at the beginning of
Called
his
reach.
turn.
I understand it.
Yeah, so he seems to be back up a little bit. That's kind of interesting. Actually, quite a bit. That's much more than you thought. All right, but he tries to attack Kane again. He tries to bite you, Kane, but he misses with a 6. All right. This guy over here, he finally gets close. Well, your spiritual weapon has done something, I think, here, because now he can't move into the spot to attack Axel, so he can't. Fuck. He could shove a spiritual weapon.
Yeah, should.
You're going to make a contested strength check. We're going to do... It's either strength or dexterity, so...
I'll take strength over dex any day.
Yeah, so can you beat a 5?
So I just roll. So I just roll strength, right?
Straight strength, yes.
Yeah.
You can.
10.
Yes, you can. So the golem tries to push it away, and the spiritual weapon sort of holds strong. Yeah, that was useless. All right, that's great. Fine. Kane, your turn.
I'm going to try to hit the one in front of me with Primal Savagery. 19 hit.
19, that'll hit.
For 16 acid damage.
How much? Excuse me.
16 acid.
Wow, that's a substantial
Again.
amount. Yeah, so you is it bite or claw?
Kind of a claw.
So you claw into this sort of claw into this guy, and you see like you slash his front, like the fingers, like you see the green sort of going into it and blood coming out. Yeah, you've got him. Well, not you haven't got him, but you've done some damage. All right. Anything else you want to do?
That'll be it.
Okay, and here we go. Clay, this is the last action we're going to do for tonight. So, what are you doing?
So
By the way, Kane, you get your hit points, temp hit points, right?
Thank you.
so the golem who tried to push on the spiritual mace,
Yep.
it flips around and smacks him.
Okay.
Does it? 13 misses.
No, misses.
And Toll the Dead on the other guy.
Okay.
DC 16 Wisdom.
Good damage roll.
That's good. DC 16 Wisdom.
Yeah.
He rolled a 1.
Oh,
Nat 1.
So that's a fail.
Is that 20?
that's 20 necrotic damage to him.
Wow. Wow. So you guys see this shock. You sort of like you see him as his head gets shaken. You start seeing some coral fall off from its head, and it looks much more weakened at this point. Still alive, but you've done some damage, serious. Okay, you guys. With that, I'm not gonna rush it a little bit. I'm not gonna rush it. We're back again next Wednesday, and you're in the throes of fighting these coral golems and these ixits, evil manta rays, and holding your own. You guys were ready to run away, but somehow you're doing okay.
We were prevented from doing so.
What's that?
We were prevented from doing so.
That's true. I had a plan, but even then, you're still doing okay. All right, guys, that is it. If you were watching us, hope you enjoyed it. Not too much commentary or great graphics today, but I don't think that really matters. So, everybody have an excellent day, and you guys, I will see you next Wednesday, and that is all. Have a good one, okay?
Thanks, chum.
Okay, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.